Tonight we're going to learn about the Revolutionary War, in particular the largest battle of the entire war. It was fought in August 1776, and it was the Battle of Long Island. As you recall, the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. So to give you context, this was the first major battle of the war. Obviously, the Battle of Lexington and Concord was first, but it was a smaller skirmish compared to this, and it was also the largest battle of the entire war. You have General Washington here on Manhattan Island and also Long Island, and then you have General William Howe's force over here, over by Staten Island. General William's Howe's force was 30,000 of the best trained troops in the entire world, and General George Washington had 10,000 very green, very inexperienced militiamen at his command. General Howe was able to successfully maneuver around the left side of the American flank, and in essence he was able to cause a distraction. Meanwhile, he had General Clinton attack the entire United States force from behind. This was devastating to the American troops, and they almost immediately were in a full retreat. And this led to a series of clashes over the next few days. Nearly every single one resulted in Americans retreating. What you see right here, these blue lines crossing the river, this was maybe the most brilliant exit strategy General Washington used in his entire military career. What had happened was they were cornered. George Washington's troops were in Brooklyn. Their backs were against the Hudson River, and all General Howe had to do was command his troops to go in and to finish the battle. It had been a long couple of days. General Howe knew his troops were tired. It was raining. He decided that he would stay the battle for the night, and then he would let his troops rest, and the next morning he would go in and finish General Washington off. Meanwhile, General Washington rallies every single boat that they can find from every fisherman in the area, and he's able to successfully evacuate over 9,000 troops across the Hudson River overnight. Next morning, the rain clears, the fog lifts, and what do the British forces find? They find dozens and dozens of burning bonfires, which kept the appearance of Washington's troops overnight, to find out that General Washington has actually withdrawn and retreated. This, to put it politely, infuriated General Howe, and they pursued General Washington over the next few days. As we can see, they pursued him up over Kings Bridge, up here towards the northeast. A couple more battles were fought over the next couple of days. Fort Washington fell, Fort Lee fell, thousands of troops were captured on the Americans. They lost thousands and thousands of blankets and rifle cartridges and tons of food. And after that we have the Battle of White Plains, another decisive American loss. And ultimately, this series of American losses led to their infamous retreat across New York and New Jersey, where they crossed the river, and really sets the stage for Christmas Eve 1776, which is when George Washington, of course, famously crosses the Delaware to attack the Hessian outpost at Trenton, to result in the first decisive, really crucial American victory of the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Long Island was devastating to the American troops. However, it was a crucible for them to learn battle, to learn how to follow command under bullets flying and cannonballs roaring, and to be able to really trust in their leaders. Yes, it resulted in a panicked retreat across almost three entire states, but they were able to rally and had the successful campaign of winter 1776-1777, where they were able to claim two decisive victories at Trenton and then later at Princeton before having winter quarters up in Morristown. And that's the Battle of Long Island.